After someone overdosed in my house on fentanyl, really weird things happened to me. Back in 2020, I had let someone who left a rehab who was a casual friend come stay with me. She relapsed while staying at house. I was in the kitchen cooking dinner and she was on the phone with her boyfriend. It became very quiet and I happened to turn around and see her a lavender color, the phone still to her ear. I grabbed the phone and her boyfriend was still on the line. He said look in her purse and did the Narcan nose spray. I did as he instructed and she came back around. I started the story this way because I believe it had to do with what happened next. A few days later, she left my home due to my request. That night I was sleeping and had the most terrifying dream. I also felt like I was being choked and couldn't wake up. I felt paralyzed. I finally was able to wake myself from the dream. I felt a deep sense of fear. I'm an adult, not scared of the dark, but at that moment I was. It took so much courage to get out of bed and turn my closet light on. I sat there feeling like I was being watched. Then I heard all 3 of my toilets flush at the same time. This totally freaked me out. I went and shut the water off on the toilets. I laid awake for quite some time before I could go back to sleep. The next day, I had 2 bruises on my neck like thumbprints. I texted the person who overdosed. I was scared and felt like I needed to see if she was okay. No response. I didn't hear anything from her for several days. I noticed my cat would no longer sit on the chair in which she overdosed, and that was his favorite spot. I started randomly getting a feeling of dread and/or fear, and I would get goosebumps randomly throughout the day. This went on for a few days, and then I was in the kitchen again, and something told me turn around. I saw a shadow that went from the ceiling to the floor, sweep across the room, and disappeared into my downstairs bathroom. Something made me want to follow it. It felt like my own thoughts. I started going through the garbage in the bathroom. I found a packet of powder with a stamp on it. The stamp was a skull and crossbones. It smelled like gas. There was a super intense feeling nagging me to ingest it. I don't do drugs. I drink beer sometimes. I flushed it. After that, my toilets always were running. I felt scared to be alone in that house. My daughter came to visit and I didn't say anything about it, and she said she felt uneasy for some reason. I listed my chair on Craigslist for free. I felt I needed it to go. Someone came and got it. After that, I felt like maybe things were normal again. They were for a while. I'd moved to another place and started having nightmares again. My cat would always stare at the corner above my bedroom door. One night I was sleeping and I heard my cats fighting and my dream became very lucid. I felt awake but knew I wasn't, and in my lucid dream and went and looked under the bed where I thought my cats were. A girl I can only describe as what I've Googled as a myth called Momo was under the bed. She looked at me and moaned, hissed, sneered, and her mouth opened very wide and long. I have had severe anxiety for years ever since. It has affected my whole life, and I've had the very worst luck. So much so, I've had people tell me so. Bad things have happened to me for no reason. I wanted to share this because I've felt crazy about it for years.